Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 14 week 6 day 2. So today, we actually got a funny surprise if you haven't already claimed it. Basically, first things first, let's start with the mail. So there was an issue with Karandera. I mentioned yesterday that Karandera is in the event key drop table, and well, it was supposed to be, not in Rage Karandera, but normal Karandera. But apparently, it was not. Which is a problem on their end. I sure hope people who actually use keys got more compensated than that. But yeah, he was supposed to be in drop table, but apparently he wasn't actually in drop table, so Karandera missing an event chest. Hello, adventurers! When the heroes of Kristara used the seal of Karandera to lock away, it seems to have worked too well and prevented him from appearing in chests. We have corrected this and attached some event keys as compensation. We've also added him to the Soulforge this week at a 25% crafting cost, which doesn't really help people who, spend 1 billion event keys on him. But at least they did something. But I sure hope people who use event keys got way more than 5 back than that. But at least it's free 5 event keys for everyone else. Anyways, when they did that, they also broke something else. So, of course, they can't break one thing without breaking something else. However, this is the 3rd time now that we can get all the rewards from Soulforge. You don't see anything here because I actually claimed it already on the previous stream when we were doing the, oh gosh, what's it called? When we were doing, the Darkest Dungeon stream earlier. But anyways, yeah, you can get all the rewards for free. So you can get all the deed books, the power orb, all the things. So, all of the ones that you get from this. So 1 power orb, 1 major orb of ascension, 3 books of stone, or 3 books of all the colors, all these rewards. Any of them that have like a ×1 next to them here, 3 imperial deeds, some other standard deeds. Yeah, you can get all those for free from the Soulforge right now. So definitely make sure to go do that if you haven't already, as you can now claim them all once again due to the fix of the issue causing another issue. But anyways, in other news, actually we have enough to go upgrade a Magic Kingdom now. Is today the day? No, I'm still gonna hold out. I'm waiting until 7.0 just to like fully confirm like which one we're gonna go into. But we actually do have enough to go get a permanent magic bonus right now if we so choose. We do have actually not over there, but I can see it over here. If we click over to level, we can actually go all the way. With how many we have right now, if we were to go convert all of our writs and all of our purple deeds into deed books, we will have 28. Actually, I think we'll almost have like 30 now with the 3 that we got today, or 2, whatever it was. But yeah, we do have enough. So we are going to hold off on that for a little bit, just to wait for the big 7.0 patch and see if that does anything so drastic that we'd want to consider doing it on a specific location. So for now, we're just going to go without that extra magic bonus, even though we can obtain it if we so choose. Anyways, in other news, let's actually go do the event already. So we have access to Standard Rowan, so that's exactly where we're running. And I don't think we really need to change much other than going pure in armor, of course. Armor. And should be good to go. Anyways, let's get into things. Also, hello everyone, by the way. Hope all you guys have been doing wonderful. Also, Werewoods, one of the most annoying factions in the entire game. Definitely advise if you're trying to get pure faction done to maybe consider doing it today, as if you haven't already done it, as it is by far one of the most annoying locations. Also, why is my second chat not working? Let me try something real quick. Let's see, chat. That's weird. Okay, now I got it working. Anyways, hello everyone. Hello Tyrion. Hello Humberto. Hello Jonian. Hello Sushi Ninja. Hello Isabel. Hello Adrian. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Tyrion. I already said all those. Hello, everyone else. Welcome. Anyways. Yeah, they got ripped off. Yeah, some guy probably spent thousands. I wouldn't be surprised. There's at least a few people out there who probably spent thousands earlier. Pretty sure it wasn't, like, super high in demand to go get Karandera, but, some amount of people probably did. And now realize they had a 0% chance. So that's not their fault, though. That's obviously, the dev side. Pretty sure there's a whole thing on the forum talking about it at length. So hello, Ricardo. Hello, Mr. Z. Welcome. Tyrion, what did you mention? Before all the free loots, you maxed Sword's Edge last night? Nice. So you didn't even need it. Very nice. You didn't even need the extra loot that automatically let you do it, because you already had it all. Actually, now that I think about it, wait. Do I have enough to do Sword's Edge? Wait. Hold up. No, I shouldn't. Let me double check. Because I'm not crafting any of my writs into things. But how close are we? Because that is one I would immediately do. We're almost there. We'd be pretty close, but not quite. Because that's what, 5, 12. I would need 6 more. Yeah, I would still need whole 6 deed books. I would have to craft my writs into them, but I'm saving those for purely purple and green kingdoms. So yeah, we're not there yet. We're a good chunk away. Mostly because I'm putting it into other things. Because didn't you use some of your writs for it? To cover the difference? You're using double Tesla? Yeah, we do have access to Tesla. Actually, we have access to green-red, so you can actually run the full Tesla team. You can run support or mana accumulating weapon, followed by double Tesla Holy Saint Astra. Or just pair it with like a leprechaun or some kind of other mana accumulator. But yeah, the whole combo is available this week for the faction event if you so choose. I generally don't run it this low down as it's not as quick. Like there's a weird in-between where it kind of slows down a bit. Around like the 50 to 100-ish. And then starts picking up again a little bit later. But Rowan should one-shot everything except probably the last section or two. Depends how upgraded we have this place. So I guess this one would technically still fall off as well at some point. Well, that's why we have the Black Manacle there, because we'll clean up whatever's left. Especially if we do it in Black Manacle Rowan order rather than Rowan Black Manacle. Because we get more damage that way. Once we hit the wall. Oh, hello, Chris! Welcome, welcome. Hello, Humberto. You're at 500 and you can't figure out the strategy of Pure Faction. Oh yeah, it's the most annoying Pure Faction in the game. Well, one of them. It's definitely like top 3 most annoying. I kind of explained the strategy in the Monday video. And we have a video of doing it a long while ago. If you search like Werewoods Pure Faction on this channel. We did that a long while. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. But technically it's easier to do it these days. But we did have pretty high stats. Like we had max stats at the current state of the game back then. But back then stats were a bit lower than what they are right now. Also, I'm not even sure if we had potion effects back then. Like I know we had potion effects. But I'm not sure if we had double stacking potion effects like we have now. Because I think I did it before we had the secondary potion effects taken in place. Because some of them do stack, like the explodes at start a battle and the regen per turn. As well as all the extra powers that you might get from your Underworld one if you happen to have it at 200 or higher. Hey, we're 3 books closer to the next one, true. 3 books closer to all of them now. Honestly, they should do that just every month. Just give us all those rewards for free. Maybe replace that power orb for a bunch of chaos orbs. Well, I think when he said level 500, he was referring to Pure Faction, not the team. Because Werewoods Pure Faction is what's hard. The actual progression of it has some pretty good color. Green-Red has access to a lot of stuff. The bigger issue is the Pure Faction for it is one of the most annoying in the entire game. Not only can your team randomly transform, but the enemy team can also gain its durability back from it. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the enemy team does transform for full level? Because normally when you transform an enemy, it gets halved. But I believe if an enemy transforms itself, it stays the same level. Which makes it even harder. Unless they've changed that in recent years, I don't remember. But last I recall, unlike when they summon, like let's say for example something summons, and they have 150 magic. That troop would then come in at 150 rather than like the level 400 or 500, whatever they were at. But I believe if they transform, even if they only have like 200 magic, I believe they still transform back at level 500. Only if you transform them does it get half their level. But them transforming themselves, I believe, maintains their level and all their durability. Which is the main thing that makes Werewoods hard. You basically just have to burst them one at a time using the triple damage fire, red, green, leopard thing. Actually, him, right? Oh no, that's a different troop. Why did I think that would look like him for a second? Wait, is it him? Oh yeah, him. Yeah, it is him. That's why I thought it looked like him. But you basically have to use Weird Cat to chip them down. So, we're in the faction battle right now. But that's the whole strategy, is to spam as many Weird Cats as you can. And basically, we're just work from the top down. So you also have the skull pressure helping. Yeah, you want to put the bear in your first slot and never cast it. If you feel like it's going to die, put 2 bears in first slot. But you normally want to double up on the Werecat, because it's better damage pressure. Because the team is normally bear, but don't cast it. Double Werecat and 1 legend. The reason you don't want to use multiple legends is they're all going to transform back into them anyways. To a degree, you could actually start with 0 legend if you really wanted to. I normally start with 1. All the way in the back. These are eventually all going to become the legend at some point. Whereas which one you get the legend to transform into is pretty random. Yes, hello, Stacy. Welcome, welcome. The main reason I like starting with 1 the legend is he has a red spam, and that red spam can give you the 13+ you need for Werecat to double cast. Also, I should have taken the other one from optimal order, but oh well. We're not going for optimal here. We're just clicking buttons until they all die. It is the game plan today. Also, we have a few more extra Volkies to go open today, technically. We did have 0, but of course we got some from the free Soulforge today. If any of you haven't claimed that yet, definitely make sure to do so. And it was confirmed on the forum that it's safe. Actually, it's safe to do so. It's all posted by Kafka. So it is 100% good to go. Let's take all the loot. But the biggest thing about it probably being the deep books. Just because of how absurdly slow they come into the game. I think it's only like 2 of each color and 6 of the color deed. That's still a pretty substantial amount compared to the rate at which they come into the game. Honestly, the rate that they come into the game is so slow that the 2 times, or is it 3 now? I think it's 3 times that we've gotten it for free, but one of them was the initial time. But the 2 times that they've accidentally reset it so everyone could reclaim it for free has actually made up approximately 8 to 10% of all the deed books that have ever come into the game. That is how slow it is to get deed books. That, not counting writs, and not counting money offers, I believe around 8 to 10% of the total deed book population is from a glitch. Which is kind of insane. That's how slow deed books come in. Because at this point, we've gotten 24 deed books for free that should have never existed in the game. 4 of each color. Hello, Clip Bomb. Hello, Chad. Welcome, welcome. That's enough damage. I'm just gonna click Black Manacle. It would be if we were doing the World event. But we are not currently doing the World event. Though we are going to. Should be pretty quick. What was even our option this week? I already forget from last night. It was, oh yeah, it was Truffle Loop. That's why I probably forgot about it. It literally felt like, Faction feels like World event, and World event feels like Faction. Because that's actually what I used to run for some faction teams at the higher level range. It just became too slow, though, compared to other options, so I eventually stopped using it. Truffle in general. The Truffle Infinite Loop is still one of my favorite teams. There's 2 different ways to build it, too. The 4x Goblin build and the Double Truffle Forest Troll version. But the Double Forest, or the Forest Troll Double Truffle version, still one of my favorite teams in the game. It's just not quick enough to generally bother using. The biggest issue is its starting mana. Like, once it gets going, it's just auto-win. But the problem is the rate at which it does damage, and its issue initially getting its mana. With the starting mana probably being the absolute biggest issue it has. This damage is still pretty substantial once it gets going. It's not the highest in the game compared to insta-killing over and over again. Or Zolgoth doing like double kills at a time. Or even Ubistet doing double kills at a time. I think for the weekly video this week I showed the Ubistet team, I'm pretty sure. Rope Dart Ubistet. Obviously you could put any 2 damage sources there. But I showed it with like... what was it? It was Rope Dart, Mirlif, Ubistet, Leprechaun, I believe. This is the team I mentioned for this place to get to 500. Of course, you have access to Teslas and all that kind of stuff, though. You need cheaper. Let's see. Are you forgetting any of the other free crafts? Wait, the only way to get books free is to craft them for journey events? Yeah, technically, not counting the glitch. There's only... The only ways that you can really get them is adventure board. Like, the total ways to get deed books, like a physical deed book, that aren't money related, are journey events, which we have very rarely. I think we've had 5 total in the year and a half, 2 years it's existed. But journey events, adventure board. The one time you can get it from Soulforge for free. And is that it? Technically, at this point, the 3 times from Soulforge you could have gotten it for free. But, yeah, I think that's the whole list, is it not? Am I forgetting one? Not counting money methods. I think that might be the whole list already. And not counting ways that you convert them. Because those don't evenly distribute across them. You just tend to just put them all into one. There's also other currencies that use it. Because of Imperials and everything. Yeah, those are pretty much the only way. Not counting money methods and not counting writs. Because very, very few things actually bring them into the game. Which is something they definitely should do a bit more of. The average cost of a deed book, if you were to buy it with gems, is... what's 150 times 50? No. Isn't it cheaper these days? What's the offer on the other thing? It's, yeah, aren't they 150 each? Wow, that's still really expensive, though. The 7,500. Wasn't there a quicker method or cheaper method these days? I could have sworn the one from Merchant was cheaper. What was the ratio on Merchant again? It's actually been a while. I already forget. Even though I probably bought in it like literally the other day, I already forget. Because that still sounds too high. 150 each. Because that comes out to, yeah, 7,500. Which is so much for a deed book. And each kingdom requires so many. You don't think you've ever seen deed books on adventure board? Oh yeah, my bad. Why'd I say adventure board? I was just thinking of deeds and Imperials. But yeah, they never show up on adventure board. So it's literally just journeys and the free ones that you get from Soulforge once. Or at this point, 3 times. Yeah, I'm not sure why I said adventure board. Oh, it's 3 for 150 gems. My bad. So yeah, it's 50 each. Oh yeah, that's why it seemed like it was so overpriced. I was doing it based on the old value. Yeah, 3 for 150 is 50 each, which is what? Math, 50 times 50. Wait, it can't be that cheap. 2,500? Has it gone down that much? Am I going crazy? I just completely lost track of their value. But yeah, I forgot. They got 3 times reduced when they had the other thing. I always keep thinking the old value because it's the one I have memorized. Because it used to be that cost. But yeah, it's dropped down a lot. Which is still a lot, though. A couple thousand for a deed book. Still makes it one of the most expensive things in the game, and you need dozens upon dozens of them. Alright, we're on the final 2. Also, we'll hand out a code once we finish this, by the way. Then we'll move on to everything else. Also, hello, Bill! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, technically, you could consider that the price of a deed book now is actually a bit lower than 2,500 if you account for all the angel free ones. Because if you were to take the time to merchant an entire deed book, during that duration, you probably would have gotten at least a few free angels towards that color. In the duration that it would take you to completely merchant a deed book. And you could probably say on average it would happen about 3 times, which would save 300 gems, so that'd be about 2,200 gems then. And one nice thing about the merchants is you can actually cycle them pretty quickly. Like if you only did merchant hunting, I think you can get a full deed book for a color probably within about a day. Which means if you really wanted the power grind, it is theoretically possible to max a kingdom in a month. But you'd have to grind for like, what is that, 8 to 10 hours a day? Which obviously we would not be doing. But some people out there might be. But yeah, it is theoretically possible to max a kingdom in a month. Assuming you had all the gems and everything good to go. It would take longer if you had to manually farm all the maps through like treasure hunt or something, obviously. Or through hourly tribute. Because hourly tribute definitely does not keep up with how much you have to spend on merchant. Going back to watch on 2x speed. Yeah, we were mostly going over the issues that the game had earlier today. Because they messed up the Soulforge, and they also messed up Kirandera, of all things. It's kind of funny, because I almost messed up on the video, because I almost forgot for a second when I was covering it. Like, wait, is Kirandera in drop table? And then it's like, oh yeah, he is. I mentioned it correctly in the video. Though apparently he actually wasn't for a day. But that was on their end. But I had no way of knowing that. And most people didn't either, because it's not like someone's going to open like 5,000 keys to check, hey, Kirandera's in the drop table. Because even after 5,000, even if he is in drop table, you can still not get him. So no one really checked, because it's not really possible to. For a lower rarity thing, you easily could. Like, you can easily double check, like, hey, is that epic still in the drop table? Which obviously it would be, but, you know, you could easily check with, like, X amount of keys. Whereas you can't quite do that for a mythic. Due to the sheer amount you would need to, like, 100% confirm that it is indeed in drop table. Or not in drop table. It took you about 2 months? Yeah, that makes about sense. That means you probably farmed it for at least a couple hours a day. I think on average, I only merchant hunt for like 5 to 10 hours a week. Rather than per day. Just over the week. Here and there, just a little bit. Get some progress on it. We do have the gem stack that we probably should be merchant hunting more. And we will some after we go clear out all the dailies. Might as well. Definitely feels like something I'm kind of underutilizing. Oh, so wasn't Merchant's version 6.9? Wasn't that the big 6.9 edition? Because the last big one before Merchants was Orbs. The whole big orb change that actually made orbs good again. Oh, we're about to gain a level, nice. Also, our goal for the year was to hit level 1,869. But, we're actually behind on that. Because that means we'd have to be halfway there by the end of this month. And halfway to that objective is, what even would be halfway? It would be level 1835. So it'd still have to gain... Oh, that's actually still pretty doable. I would have to gain about 7 levels before the end of this month. Not counting the level we're about to gain. Like 7 more beyond that we'd have to get. Which I guess is doable. If we do 1 level every 3 days. Or power grind it a little bit during the Guild War upcoming. We'd be at the halfway point. Let's hello, Defiant! Welcome, welcome. Oh, you gotta use Weircat in the Delve team. If anything, you should probably double up on it. Though 1 is fine. Because he's your main damage source for the place. There are 2 things that do all your damage, and it's actually these 2. The Weircat and the Torben. The Torben to feed red to the Weircat, and the Weircat to do the damage. Because Weircat actually loops into itself, assuming it doesn't get transformed. You do it for the damage burst until it gets transformed, and then you have double Torben. And then the double Torben becomes your damage. Oh no! We're 340 short. Let's see. Alright, well, we need to go grab a thing. It's been a while since we've been short. It's probably from that one bad multiplier we took earlier. When I said doing that one wouldn't really matter, and here we are. It was early enough that it probably didn't actually matter. But still. There were a couple of ways, paths I took that weren't optimal order. One of them pretty early on. Ah, there we go. Alright, now we got it. It's only 30 gems. I didn't really get anything for it, but still worth it. Anyways, let's go open the vault keys real quick. A little bit out of order, but we only have like, what, 5? Not even 4. We got 2 of these from the reset earlier today. The rest of them are from just now. Wait, no, 3 of them earlier, 1 of them from just now. Anyways, what team? What team do we want to run? We'll run good old Diamantina. See what we can do here. Get our leprechaun in there. Is that enough skulls? It looks like it. If he doesn't do anything to them. There we go. No! 1 HP! Why is it not going? There it goes. Did I remember to set back to magic? Oh, it's because I'm not running pure magic right now, isn't it? I think I'm running 20% into 8 magic rather than 12 magic. Alright, let's go hand out a code. I didn't do that, did I? Let me go do that. I said after the faction, and that is faction complete. Oh yeah, did we show off our 777? We haven't yet. I need to. Watch us accidentally get a vault key right here. But yeah, I was mentioning that during the stream earlier today, but didn't actually look at it. But when we were doing the Darkest Dungeon stream and claiming all the free loot, because Tyrion actually ended up mentioning it during that stream, because I didn't realize it till later. But anyways, when we were doing all that, of course, we got a free epic vault key from that. And you know what that one epic vault key did? It brought us to 777. Look at that. I got to screenshot that. Look at that. Lucky sevens. And that wasn't me trying to use any epic vault keys to get it to the exact number. That was us randomly getting one from free from the Soulforge today. And if you haven't already claimed yours, make sure to go get them all. But that was from the free epic vault key from the Soulforge glitch. It has brought us to exactly 777. It was one of the only ways we possibly could have gotten it, other than, like, Angel Grind. But we got it from the glitch, which is intended at this point, because they said it's okay to grab it. Anyways, let's go clear out everything else. Before I do, let me go hand out a code for you guys. Also, good news as well. In all that commotion, Jetto also gave me a new code. And a new code, I mean a whole batch of codes for the entire month. So that is all handled and situated with. I haven't added it into my pile yet, but at some point I will. Anyways, in other news, let's go take our gems. Let's see. Well, you know what? Might as well keep using this team. It actually works here, too. Not the quickest to be running here, but it will work. Though at that rate, it'll be. Doesn't even need... Just cold everything. Well, I didn't even need to cast it, I guess. Just 4 random skulls just obliterates everything. Hey, a verse gnome! Unfortunately, not the one I need. I thought it was going to happen again. I was thinking about it. Skullstorm definitely coming into play there. Yep, no problem. Well, hello, Random Walk. Welcome, welcome. Howdy, howdy. There we go. A little bit of extra gems. Okay, what's left on dailies? I guess this dungeon? Well, that and I gotta go help the guild with a thing. Oh no, we didn't get guess the door. Honestly, we haven't been getting that much guess the doors lately. Alright, what do we want to do with this? Not this team. Let's just go use Olgoth. We'll use good old classics Olgoth. Did not get enough mana, we'll go for Leprechaun. Get Flameifer in there. Somehow not full mana, which is very unfortunate in this situation. Get his Olgoth on him. Poke, poke, poke. Oh, we're entangled. Whoops. Like taking that skull as if it'll do something. And there we go. 1 down, 2 to go. We're so close, yet so far from getting that level. How many Carandera should you craft? Realistically, you only need 1. However, there's a small argument to be made for 2, though I don't think I've ever actually used 2 on a team. Because he's not 100% consistent at cursing. But generally 1 is all you need, and you just take a couple extra turns. If you want them doing that more often, you just use something else like a mana loop a little. But realistically, you only need one. So, hello, J-Shar. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, that reminds me, I haven't actually tried crafting it, did I? I only have one, so technically I could craft a second if I really wanted to. I just don't think it's worth it. But I guess if there was ever any time to do it, I should probably do it now when it's cheaper. So you know what, maybe we'll go craft a Carandera for fun. If I only have one copy of Carandera, I think we're gonna go craft a Carandera. Because if we're eventually gonna try getting 2 of every mythic at some point, that's a 25% off Carandera right there. Might as well get it for the slight discount. I have no need for it, but, you know, it wouldn't hurt to get another. We have nothing else to use the diamonds on. Oh, come on. 1 mana. So unfortunate. And it even died at a death mark. Or to that. Or to that. Come on, eventually. There we go. Right before I gain barrier in life and heal. And the other trap would have been Jinx. Which, honestly, both of those would have done, like, nothing. But yeah, in the issue that they have with Carandera, it is here for cheaper. I wonder if they made Rage Carandera cheaper too. No, they didn't. Just normal Carandera. Wait. They made it really cheap. Wait, I thought it was a 25% discount. It literally cost 25% of its total. Did I read it wrong? Or did they do it wrong? Because I thought it said 25% off, not 25% cost. Let me see. Bug apology. Oh no, that's a different bug. We have to specify which bug apology it is. Okay, where in all the bug apologies is the correct one right there. Okay. Also, thank you, Jason, for the continued support. Greatly appreciated. Soulforge this week for 25% crafting costs. Oh no, they did actually word it correctly. Oh. Yeah, definitely buy some Caranderas. Gosh. How many do I have right now? Carandera. I have 1. Let's go buy 3. That's how much I was expecting to have to pay right now anyways. Yeah, we'll go buy 3. Is there any reason to buy 3? No. But, for 1,000 each, yeah, give me 3. Let's see. I know, literally no reason why not to. It's pretty much just a free Carandera. Not literally free, but if you have the diamonds to scrap together this week, definitely get yourself a Carandera if you don't already have one. So you already own this mythic. Are you sure you want 3? Yes. There we go. We have 3 Caranderas now. Oh, I should have probably double-checked to make sure the resources actually depleted correctly. Let's assume it did. Can anyone confirm that it's actually subtracting 1,000? I kind of just assumed it would properly. I guess we could have checked it based on our soul number. Did our soul number go down by the correct number? I assume it is. It seems like our diamonds have been untouched for the most part. But I probably should have double-checked our starting diamond just to make sure it didn't jip us a bunch of diamonds. Ah, there we go. We have like 1 billion Carandera now. There's not any reason to, but there we go. We have 4 Caranderas. Why did I craft 3? Because they currently cost... They're only 1/4 their cost. So crafting 3 is less cost right now than crafting 1. Well, not literally 1, but you know what I mean. Like, 1 normal cost mythic is more expensive than buying 3 Caranderas right now. Because it's only 25% the cost. Obviously, you don't need that many. But I also have no need for my diamonds. That is currently at, like, what, 16,000? What's our diamonds at right now? Our diamonds are at, where does it even show you your diamond number and all this mess? We currently have 168,000 diamonds, not counting the extra we can craft, so we kind of have nothing to spend them on, so I just figured a couple, ultra discounted, Caranderas is fine. Anyways, let's go do some merchant hunting. Actually, no, that's not true. Let me go clear out the reward event real quick, then we'll do some merchant hunting. Oh, you know what? Let me go grab the reward, because we can actually get an upgraded metal here. Alright, we'll take the frost feather. We'll do this team and tell me I don't have the right metals. And then we set the right metals and we're good to go. Yeah, it's never going to be cheaper than that. Honestly, if you don't have Carandera right now, you should 100% make sure you leave this week with Carandera. Even if it's your last 1,000 diamonds. Because it's never going to be that cheap again, ever. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, isn't the cheapest a mythic has ever been in Soulforge? Because I believe the last time they did something like that, they did half off. Not 3/4 off. So I'm pretty sure it's the cheapest a mythic has ever been in Soulforge. Compared to its normal cost. Yeah, Weaver was half price. So yeah, this is the cheapest a mythic has ever been in the history of the game. Relative to its starting price. Which is why it threw me off, because when it said 25%, I assumed it was 25% off, not 25% total cost. Which is basically 75% off. Yeah, Arachne Weaver was half off. Which is still twice as expensive as the current Curandera with how cheap it is. You got your first Curandera? Nice. A Weaver Gate. It's Weaver Gate 2.0 now. Technically 3.0. Didn't Weaver Gate happen like twice or something? I can't remember. There's like a lot of weird shenanigans that was happening with it. Because it had like an issue 2 weeks in a row, like back to back. So technically Weaver Gate had 2 segments. Please stop extra turning. I would like to do a turn. There we go. And now we just loop on them. Yeah, Weaver was around for a while. Curandera is only going to be around this week. Or I assume it's only this week, unless they're going to extend it like they did. In which case, it quite literally is Weaver Gate 2.0. I feel like a lot more people went for Weaver, though. Because Curandera is one of those options where, like, almost no one probably opened keys to try to get it. Like, some people did, obviously. But compared to Weaver, the amount of people that went for Curandera is relatively no one, compared to how many people would have went for Weaver. Which is why Weaver Gate was such a big thing. Because pretty much everyone who didn't have Weaver was probably opening event keys for Weaver. Whereas, you know, barely anyone would have went for Curandera. Like, some people needed to collect him and finally get him. But nowhere near as many people would have went for that compared to Weaver. They're both still good troops, just Curandera is just way lower down on the hierarchy of things you need to own. But still good, it has 4 times Curse, there's just better ways to 4 times Curse, even Mirage Queen can do it better in a lot of situations. Anyways, let's go and do some merchant hunting. Let's do it with Quick Kill Dust Devil. See if we can get anything good tonight. And honestly, we need to be doing more merchant hunting, I feel like I've been slacking on it lately. One thing we've really been slacking on is token grinding. Mostly because ever since they added the orbs back in December, I have felt really little need to grind for tokens. Just because the orbs are so absurdly strong. And ever since Merchants came out, it just seems way more worthwhile to just go for the Merchant Angels than it is to go for Explore 12. Like, Explore 12 is still great value. But I'd rather Merchant Angel hunt. And just get most of the progress from the orbs. The bronze, silver, and gold. Obviously, most of those just go to Mythic, so they don't really help with your lower rarity stuff, but you know. You're still getting some tokens while doing this. Just almost nearly none. Because if I go look at my lower rarity ones, we have like 7 Yasmin right now or something. Something absurdly low. Neither of those are worth it. For free, I would take the 10 Curse Runes. For a cost, definitely not clicking it. It's actually the same cost as getting in Soulforge, just a smaller amount. Same as the Dragonite. So you're not spending any less or more on it. So if you're not already buying the daily dungeon one, there's no point in buying the one from his offer. Because it isn't any cheaper. If it was, maybe I would click it. Because then that would make it the cheapest way to get them. But it's the same price as the dungeon one. So it doesn't matter which one you buy, or both of them if you're trying to make a lot of progress on it. Like, we were doing that back when we needed Dragonite. We were buying both the daily Dragonite plus the one for Merchant. But now that we don't need it, we have no need to click either. Because if you're not clicking one, there's no need to click the other. Since they're both the same ratio anyways. Hey, you went for 3 Caranderas too? That's kind of funny. Realistically, there's no team that will ever use 3 or 4 of him. And even 2, you're better off just doing Karandera plus Enrage Karandera. Because even if you wanted more than one Karandera on your team, you would get the benefit of having 2 different perks, while also getting the full team bonus. Because doing double Karandera does not give you any extra team bonus, but doing Karandera plus the Enrage Karandera does. Wait, is that your main account's number of diamonds? How do I have so much more diamonds than you? What have you spent all your diamonds on? Because I'm pretty sure you've gotten more diamonds than me in the lifetime of your account, probably. Wait, why do I have, like, double your amount of diamonds? I actually have a resource higher than you? I thought every resource you have is higher. Because I think we're at, like, 170,000. Oh, you crafted some dupes. Okay, that makes sense. You've been crafting way more of the second copies and third copies of stuff, or even fourth. That makes sense. I was gonna say. There are some I do need to get a second copy of. One of the more noteworthy ones, which I'm surprised I never have done yet. I've never bothered getting a second Possessed King or a third Possessed King. Realistically, you don't need more than 2. But there are some teams that can legitimately use double Possessed King. I wouldn't want to use any of those teams, but it does exist as a mechanic that can be done. It's a type of team format I would never use, but it is a valid team. I bet you don't have more, plagues than us. I think we have 10 to 12 plagues right now. Actually, if I am not mistaken, it is the only mythic I have at double-digit number. If I go look at my plague stack. We currently have, gosh, how many things have the word plague in it? We currently have, 10 plagues. It is, I believe, my only double-digit mythic. It was the 3rd mythic ever added to the game, or 4th. And of course, we've been playing since then. And this was also when I was opening a bunch of VIP keys on stream just to kind of show what they did. Back when gems were, like, thrown at you so heavily that it's like, yeah, we'll just throw a stack of, like, 2,250 gems and waste it real quick. Just to show the mechanic. And, yeah, in doing so, we have 10 plagues. This is my only double-digit mythic. That will eventually change probably, like, a year or 2 from now. But as it currently stands, is the only mythic we have double-digit of. Yeah, we'll never click the disenchant all button just so we can see all the mythics stack up. There's also a chance we have the highest number of plagues than anyone in the entire game. Because I highly doubt too many people have 10 plagues. Like, someone might. But that's a really weird mythic to have a lot of copies of. Even when Plague came out, he wasn't meta, by the way. And nowadays, he looks absurdly dated, what he does. But even on his release, he was still underwhelming. Though at the time, stats were quite a bit lower, so his stat reduction was actually, like, somewhat more usable. Whereas nowadays, it does literally nothing. Because I think it's like, what, a 2 stat reduction per extra turn or something? Seven is your highest mythic. Wait, you have 7 Ironhawks? Oh, wow. Wait, you have 7 Horde Mimics? Wait. You have 7 Horde Mimics. That is insane. I believe I have 2. I think only a few % of people even have 1, based on the achievement for having 1 copy of them. He's still one of the hardest mythics to get in the entire game. Though people who do a lot of Explore 12 generally get him eventually. But he's basically an Explore 12 only mythic. You can get him on lower Explorers, but you cycle chests way quicker on Explore 12. And cycling chests so you can cycle mimics to get him is the quickest way. And the best way to do that's on Explore 12. You've caught up to live? Welcome, welcome. Hello, round 2. Also, catch you later, Chad. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good week. If anyone else has any other questions that you want me to go over, do let me know. Because pretty much the rest of the stream are just kind of chilling on good old merchant angel grind. See if we can get some deeds, see if we can get anything. Honestly, we haven't gotten a single angel yet today. We have not gotten a single good merchant drop, and not even a singular angel. Not too good on the merchant angel grind. Well, at least something. Even if it's something underwhelming. We're gonna have an angel that's gonna offer us a ring and a sack of gold. The 2 treasure offer of horribleness. I have seen the 2 treasure offer, though generally it gives me at least like a secondary treasure that isn't too bad. Not like the 2 worst ones. Like, I think the other day we had like a ring and sacred treasure, and we took the sacred treasure. Someone in your guild has 63? Wait, are you talking about the thing for Explore 12? That is insane. But that is doable. You would have to farm a lot of Explore 12, though. Like, that's at least, like, 5+ hours of Explore 12 a day. To have 63 of the, Mimic. Because if we were to break it down based on hourage, it is probably about 100 hours. Well, it depends on RNG. But I would say it is roughly 100 hours of Explore 12 per Mimic. You know, Mimic card. The actual Horde Mimic that you get to keep. It's roughly 100 hours per each. It can vary. Could be as low as like 50. Could be, you know, way higher. I'm pretty sure some people are hundreds of hours dry. But I believe the average is roughly 100 hours per Horde Mimic. Give or take. So it is quite the grind. We got our first one after like a month or 2. And the second one like 3 months later. And then never again because I haven't been doing much Explore 12 since then. You got the purification for Werewoods done? Nice. Yeah, it's a hard one. No problem for all the help. Glad you were able to get it done. But yeah, today's the day to do it. If any of you guys still want to do it, there's still plenty of time. It does cost a couple thousand gems. But it is by far one of the most annoying purifactions in the game. And one of them that you kind of want to do on the day event for it. Because trying to do it without it is substantially harder. Without all the extra buffs that you get for doing it during a day like today. You have 0 Horde Mimics? Yeah, it's a hard one to get. I honestly would not want to do the Horde Mimic grind again. Like, I don't mind doing some Explore 12 here and there. But to have to grind out an entire another one again, because this is such a substantial amount of time. All in Explore 12. Like, to get it done in a month, which we basically did the first month, you would have to do at minimum 3 hours a day of Explore 12 to get it done in approximately a month. Of course, you could spread it off on a much wider time. If you did it an hour a day every day for an entire year, you would 100% pretty much get a Horde Mimic. Like, you'd have to be absurdly unlucky to not get it within a year if you did it an hour a day. That's assuming you can win under a minute per battle. Ideally closer to 30 or 45 seconds per battle. I would say most teams these days can kind of do that, regardless of what strategy you prefer doing for Explorer 12. Even the super cheap or Wayne quick kill can win under a minute. It's a little bit of the slower wins, but it does win in under a minute. Yes, you can get them on any Explorer level. The reason why Explorer 12 is better is not because your odds are higher. Last I recall, your odds of getting on Explorer 1 is actually the same chance of getting on Explorer 12. The reason why Explorer 12 is generally better is because you get more shards, and more shards means more chests, and more chests means more mimics. And more mimics eventually leads to more horde mimic. Or eventually getting a horde mimic. But yes, you can do it on Explorer 1 theoretically. But it would take way longer. Yeah, it's not exclusive to Explorer 12, it's just the quickest way of doing it is Explorer 12. Speaking of which, we haven't seen a Mimic on Explorer 1 for a while. Even last Vault Weekend, I think we only saw one Mimic the entire time. When we were doing all the Explorer 1 grinding for verses as well as for the Paloozas. Of course, we didn't grind as much last weekend, but still. Play Explorer 1 until 99 Myth Stones and then play the other thing to get the chest. You can do that. It's a lot of back and forth, though. I did consider that when the mechanic first came out. But just so much switching from kingdoms, I just generally do it all in one location. Like if I'm doing Explorer 1, I just do Explorer 1. If I'm just doing Explorer 12, I only do Explorer 12. But you can technically combine them together. You just keep switching your team and the location every single time you get a different amount of shards. As that allows you to maximize the gain off of Explorer 12s. But the problem is you're already going to have to do that so quickly again, every single time. Because after you do it once, you'll go down to like, what, 90-something shards, and then by that point you just do like one of the other, and then you're right back where you are. It's just too much back and forth. But it does allow you to use the shards from... it doesn't actually increase your Mimic chances, but it does allow you to get more tokens from your shards, or from your little jewel thingies. Because otherwise we're just getting the Explorer 1 chest each time for almost nothing. But if we were to do that method, we'd basically have to do an Explorer 12, then Explorer 1, then Explorer 12, Explorer 1, almost every single time alternating. Especially if we're doing the chase method. You would actually have to do 3 Explorer 1s, I believe, for every Explorer 12 if you do the not chase method. But with the chase method, you'd basically just be going back and forth and just switching your team way too many times. So where are all the angels at? We've not seen one all night. Come on, at least one. Even the worst angel we've ever seen. Just show us an angel. They're out there somewheres. Really, it's like a half-decent merchant. I've even barely touched the merchant offer today. So only Loraza and Labyrinth left to Pure Faction? Nice. Oh, those are also annoying. Labyrinth I remember having the worst time ever with. Though I would say Loraza's Lair is harder. I would probably say that Labyrinth might be easier. Because you can just stall... Doesn't that one have like an attack gain thing that you can stall forever and just kind of do it very slowly that way? The main premise with Labyrinth is you have to kill their tank before they kill your tank. If you kill their tank and your tank is alive, you already won. The battle's over. That's all you have to do, basically. The problem is doing that. Loraza's Lair, with enough attempts, you would eventually win. So yes, you could do it without potions. Loraza's Lair is more so an attempts issue than anything. The reason why it's normally ran with potions is it makes it so your attempts don't need as much RNG to win. But if you just throw 3 runs every single day at Loraz's Lair, you would eventually win, regardless of what potion effects you have. It's more so just about the run that you finally get lucky on. The main thing that potion effects do is make it so you have more room to not get lucky. But with enough temps, you would eventually get the super lucky run on Loraz's Lair, even without good potion effects. Took you only 2 attempts to do Loraza, nice. The main premise is mostly just trying to get the mana drain and silence when you need it, and hope you always get the attack steal when you need it. The main thing that makes you lose in Loraza's Lair is when you need to attack steal and it keeps silencing or mana draining instead. When you instead need to be doing the attack steal. But eventually you just get a few attack steals in a row and you won the fight, and then you just have to do that 3 fights in a row. Because I believe it's a 3-win faction, isn't it? Is it a 4? I don't remember. It's either 3 or 4. Forget the layout of Loraz's Lair. I think it's a 4. Don't you have to go around the side? I don't think there's like a direct straight path. Oh no, I think I'm thinking of Labyrinth. Never mind. I was thinking of Labyrinth's maze format. How about Sunken Fleet? Sunken Fleet's not too bad. You have access to a 50% mana start and AoE spam. Generally, any place with AoE spam's not that bad. They're not the absolute easiest, but you have a way to just constantly keep chipping them. It's more so how many stats you have at that point. Wow. We just cannot get anything good tonight, can we? That's so bad. Unless we still need a Dragonite, in which case that would be useful. But we do not. You did the Hound method? Interesting. Yeah, normally I go for the attack steal method when doing it. But yeah, the Hound method has what? 2 different skull spams and a resummon. The main thing that can backfire with that, of course, is the skulls going in favor of the enemy. But other than that, yeah, it can work out pretty well. It's just the biggest issue is the enemy gets more value from the skulls than you do. But if you get the summons at the right time and the skulls actually landing, it can kind of work. I feel like the attack steal method is slightly more consistent. But if you have the stats to run skull method, you can run skull method. You could probably even get away with 3 hounds and a Lyraza, potentially. Oh, green deeds. Okay, finally, we got something at least. A little bit of green. Not a lot, but they add up. Still no angel, though. Hopefully we'll see at least one tonight. I'm not going to keep going until we do. That could be an undisclosed amount of time. Gone over an hour dry on them before. Yeah, at this rate, we're like, what, 20 minutes dry? That's about when we started doing it. Though I'm not sure what the average is to actually get an angel these days. I want to say it's 15 minutes? There's definitely been hours we've gotten several angels before in an hour. But I want to say it's 15 to 20 minutes on average to get an angel. I'm actually not even sure, to be honest. It's not something I've ever kept track of extensively. It's also hard to keep track of just because of how much outliers there are. Yeah, you can easily go hours where you get like 1 billion and others where you get like none. Like many things. Did I upgrade my Magic Kingdom yet? No. I do have enough resources to do so. The reason I haven't is I'm actually waiting for 7.0 in case something weird with 7.0 changes which kingdom I want to upgrade. But after 7.0, we will be going for the Magic upgrade. But I want to see what overall what 7.0 does to the game before I commit that much resource to a Magic upgrade. Because there's a lot of different kingdoms we could do, with 2 being particularly noteworthy, Darkstone and Karkaroff. But which one is slightly more worth it? I kind of want to wait for 7.0 in case one becomes a lot more obvious which one is better. Otherwise, we'll have to figure out which one it is. Like, in the current state of the game, if I was to click one right now, I still don't know which one I would do. I'd probably do Darkstone, to be honest. Because I feel like I would use Thrall with the hero class more than I would use Sorcerer with the Eye. Or Sorcerer with Zolgoth, or Zolgoth with another thing from Karkaroff. Just don't feel like I would use those as often. But the main appeal for doing Karkaroff is Zolgoth exists there. And the main appeal of doing Darkstone is Thrall exists there. Oh yeah, isn't Pride Lands reaching 30 stars soon? Wait, is that already next week? Oh no, it's next month. I was gonna say. I could have sworn that was a little bit further away. I have nowhere near enough red deeds for it. Similar to the blue one, we're likely, I want to say 6 whole deeds short. Deed books. Not deeds. If it was only deeds, we'd get there in no time. I think we're like 6 whole deed books short. Yeah, we'll end on the next merchant and or angel. Hopefully it's an angel. Actually, if it is an angel, we'll hand out an extra redeem code. How about that? We'll go until the next merchant angel, and if it's an angel, we'll hand out a redeem code on top of it. Because we have some extra from Jetto, so we can actually hand them out now. Just trying to conserve them a little bit the last few days just because it's starting to run low. Why don't she send us a new batch so we can kind of go a little crazier with them now? I forgot how many she actually sent me. I probably should double check before we go too crazy though. This is the first time she's given me the full amount for a month. Because the last one was still some of Kafka's. Oh, come on, click on the thing. Yeah, you grind way more. I probably do like 1/10 of the amount of deed farming. Is a token of Nisha offer for 500 gems worth it? It depends what point you are in the game. But generally speaking, yes. It is the main way that you go get the gold elite level for mythics in the current state of the game. Because the bronze one is done with a bronze token, a silver one is done, or the, silver one is done with a silver glory token. And the final one, because you get way less of them, you kind of need a combination of the gold medals, or the gold tokens, the gold glories, but also just 3 Nishas, full Nishas. It's also pretty good value if you don't have 3 Nishas yet, because that can allow you to set 8 magic and 12 magic whenever you need it. 8 with 20% and 12 magic as, stat bonuses. But it depends on what point you are in the game. But if you don't have your 3 Nisha medals yet, as in, 3 full sets of them, then yes, I would definitely consider it. But super early on in the game, you do get a little bit better value by buying 50 bulks of gem keys and similar things to that. As it's better to get a wider variety of mythics and everything else. Oh, though do keep in mind, the mythic from last week is still the exclusive mythic in Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest. So don't open those yet if you are going to do that, though. But yes, I would generally say buying the 3 Nisha is worth it. I pretty much always go for it this late in the game. But even earlier on, it's really good to get your first 3 full medals, which requires 27 of the tokens. Which means you'd have to buy that offer, what, 9 times? Which might sound like a lot, but the power of triple Nisha is really strong if you don't already have them. Whereas excess is just used to get the final levels on mythics, which isn't as valuable. Especially in the mid-game of the game. Because there's so many other things to be spending gems on. The only reason we go for it every time is later in the game is one of the main things you actually do want to go for. Because all the gold elites you need on mythics. Oh, you did 18 each? Oh no! Well, at least both the kingdoms are upgraded. But yeah, generally speaking, you should never, ever, ever, ever upgrade a kingdom to level 18. For the most part, in the current state of the game. Mostly because of the benefit of getting a 20. Like, you should get all of them to 16. Like, first you should get all of them to 15. Well, first you should get all of them to 10, but... you should get all of them to 15 first, then to 16. Like, as far as deed books are concerned, you should get them all to 15, then get them all to 16. But then, after you get them all to 16, only get them to level 21 at a time. As 17 to 19 is not worth it until you just go all the way to 20. Because the benefit you get for those levels just aren't that noteworthy. Both from a tribute perspective as well as from a what it actually gives you directly perspective. So you should stop at 16 on all kingdoms and then 20 them one at a time. As you eventually get the deeds to do so. It takes forever to get that many deed books. But once you eventually do, you'll get an extra stat for it. And it'll also allow you to fully max the kingdom to 30 star at some point. Which currently the only one is Sword's Edge, but we are getting some ones later this year. Like Pride Lands next month. Will be the second 30-star kingdom. I can't remember what stat that is. It's either HP or attack. I believe it's one of those that used to be attack that got changed to HP. Unless it is still attack. I know they switched a couple of them way back in the day. And it has always thrown me off which kingdoms are the attack kingdoms now. Because they changed several of them back in the day. Yeah, it is actually still one of the attack kingdoms. Nice. I'm not sure how I feel about having extra attack. Extra attack is a weird one in the current state of the game. Because you do use the attack stat, but it scales way differently than having higher magic does. Like, way, way differently. Oh, all your kingdoms are already 16 at least? Okay, that's good then. But yeah, it's not worth getting any of them higher than 16 until you go all the way to 20. Because getting that extra tribute thing when it says, hey, go get a kingdom to 18 is super not worth it. Like, we're locked out of that on at least, like, 10 different kingdoms. And we're going to stay that way just because it's just not worth going for. Even though the game is kind of encouraging you to try to level them, it's just not worth the value relative to how they come into the game currently. At some point, it might be, if we ever get a quicker rate of deed books into the game. But we need more journey events for that. We need a journey event like every week, every 6-week cycle. Like, that would fix the deed book issue. Not completely. But I believe a journey event brings in, like, what, a dozen deed books? Somewhere around there. Pretty substantial amount. Wait, is it that many? Maybe it's closer to 10. I don't remember. Because we barely ever have it. I think we had, like, 5 total in, like, 2 years. But they bring a pretty substantial amount of deed books relative to how many normally come into the game. Actually, maybe it's a bit less than that. I think some of the other rewards were deeds. And some Imperials or something. It was close to 6 or 8 deed books, but whatever it was still pretty substantial. And they're all free, too. Like, you only spend the standard couple hundred. Unless you're going for leaderboard, in which case you do have to spend a couple thousand. But if you're just doing the standard, I believe it's like 300-ish? Somewhere around there. Actually, maybe a little bit more, because you actually do want to max out the troop. It costs about as much as a bounty event. I think it's like 710 now that I think about it. Like 710 gems. But you get several deed books along the way and a bunch of other loot. As well as a max troop. Because you need to buy it enough to get it to legendary and then use a blue orb to get it to mythic, generally, for that. Or you could double blue orb it at a lower range as well. They're pretty similar to Bounty Hunter in that regard. Except instead of having to use 4 of the same, you have to use only 1 on your team. Whereas Bounty Hunter, you have to use 4 bounty troops to get the full points. Honestly, journey events are literally just Bounty Hunter reshaped into a mode that you don't have to do the same team every single time. It's basically just fixed Bounty Hunter. Except they never actually run the event, ever. Like, every issue basically Bounty Hunter has was fixed in journey events. But for whatever reason, they just never do journey events. There's even still in the files, like, 6 journey troops they've never added, or several of them, that are all very obviously journey troops with how the traits and everything are structured, but they've never come into the game. So they were planning on it at some point. When that some point is, who knows? Anyone else been any last minute questions? Because once we get this final merchant and or angel, we're calling it there. If we get an angel, we'll hand out a code. I'm actually surprised we haven't gotten one, or maybe we haven't, I just didn't notice. Getting a lot of genies tonight, but unfortunately genies do nothing. Nothing else. At least we're getting a lot of progress on our hero level. I'll catch you later, Lester. Thanks for stopping by. Come on, where is this thing already? Honestly, we've been going for like 15 minutes just trying to find one. Merchant or angel. Thank you, finally! There we go, come on, something good. Was it worthwhile? No. Do I even bother clicking this? Is 500 souls even worth it for 3,000 gold? I don't know, is a soul worth 6 gold? I feel like the answer to that is no. I don't know, how badly do I need souls? If this was a bigger number, it might be easier to tell. I don't know, let's scale this up. Is 50,000 souls worth 300,000 gold? I would actually say yes. So you know what? This offer might actually be worth it. You just have to scale it higher to make it seem like it's worth it. But, yeah, if it was scaled that high, I would probably do that. 300,000 gold for 50,000 souls? That seems worth it. So the smaller version would technically also be worth it. You just have to click it a lot more times. You have to click it 100 times to get to that point. But anyways, guys. I'll catch all of you guys later. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. We'll mostly be doing, well, I guess Merchant Angel Grind. Because what else? We have a pet, but it's a pet we've already had. It's the Urskia pet. If you don't already have it, you can get it upgraded, max it out, anything else you want to do with it. Aside from that, that's the only thing going on, just the pet event. So probably going to be doing a lot of Merchant Angel hunting. And see if we can get anything good from it. And finishing out World events, stuff like that. I think we still have a ways to go, though. Slowly we'll chip it down. Anyways, guys, how is your game design coming along? I've definitely been slacking on it. The one thing that we've also been slacking on that we will get out this week, the Mythic tier list this Friday. Soon, TM. Adventure board? No, we already did an adventure board. It's just not showing that we cleared it because I just took the useful one. But the gold's kind of like semi-useful. It's just a small amount relative to the time to take it. But technically we could take that too. It's just a Tradestone super bad one though. I just took the very useful gems. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll catch all of you guys later. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.